Hey everybody, Leatherneck Geek here, and welcome to episode 7 of Let's Survive Star Citizen. And in this episode, I want to focus on reputation. And it plays an important factor in how you progress in Star Citizen. The way it works is the more reputation you gain with a faction, the better the contract / reward / difficulty. So, to kind of give you the Cliff Notes 101 on factions and reputation, in the game you're going to have guilds, and guilds are this the high-level hierarchy of your factions. So each guild is going to have multiple factions within. Each guild is going to be focused on certain game loops within Star Citizen. So you're going to have like the United Resource Workers is pretty much all your industrial guys. You've got interstellar transport, that's all your cargo delivery missions. You have the Mercenary Guild, that's with all your ground and space combat. You have the Council, which is all your criminal factions. So that's guilds and factions within a nutshell. So what I wanted to do for this series is find factions that were diversified, meaning that they participate in more than one type of game loop. For example, Rayari, where we did the Rantadung for collections, that is strictly collections. They do nothing else. Shubin Interstellar is strictly mining. I think it's called Adiago Holdings. They strictly do salvage. So I want to find something that I can do multiple game loops within one faction, so I'm not trying to grind reputation for 5 different factions. And I shortlisted that to 3 factions. That would be Red Wind Linehaul, Foxwell Enforcement, and Eckhart Security. So my requirements were they had to do cargo, ground combat, and space combat. I figured those would be the 3 things that kept people and myself entertained the most. But just for change of scenery and a varied gameplay, which I'm very big on, so you don't burn yourself out, we will also be doing some industrial reputation grinding, but it's not going to be our primary. So with that being said, we had the short list of 3. Red Wind only deals with space combat and cargo. Foxwell only does space combat and ground combat, whereas Eckhart does ground combat, space combat, and cargo in the form of cargo recovery. So you would have to go someplace, it's pretty much space combat as far as I know, and then you recover cargo from the wreckage at the mission site. So for this series we are going to choose Eckhart and focus on that reputation for getting our contracts. Now, with that being said, I am a big fan of chaining together missions and contracts. For example, Eckhart also provides missions at distribution centers. So while we're at a distribution center, as we are completing, or once we have completed the contract, we can run around, gather up some more of those harvestables, go turn those in, as well as if that site happens to have a delivery contract leaving that site, we will go ahead and grab that deliverable, throw it in the Pisces, and make our way to turn that in. I'm thinking if we approach it that way, each mission / contract will provide us about 150 to 200,000 alpha UEC, and if that's the case, we can purchase our first ship within about 5 to 7 missions if everything works out right. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing here. I think with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and grab our, each faction has its own initiation contract, so I'm going to grab the initiation contract, and I will see you down at the surface. Alright, we have arrived at our location. This mission is a defense site mission, which means it's your basic bunker, and once you go down you have to quote unquote prepare for the combat. What I do is I come back up to the surface. Main reason being is that the entrance provides a choke point with cover, so it makes it a lot easier to defend something. And also you will get help from the NPCs as the enemy NPCs make their way through the station. Okay, so we've got 1 minute. Let me go ahead and go back up now that I triggered it. While I was doing the bunker missions, my microphone stopped capturing, and so now you're going to get a voiceover for the next few minutes. My strategy in doing a bunker defense mission is I turtle up, because NPCs are going to do one of two things when they spawn. They're spawn lockers. They look like elevators scattered throughout the bunker on each level. And the NPCs are either going to spawn and stay in that spawn locker, or they're going to spawn and start roaming. Now once triggered or aggroed, they are going to either set up their own defensive position and find cover and shoot at you from a distance, or they're going to rush you. So my strategy is setting up in this defensive position, because it's a good field of fire, it's a choke point, and it also will let me know I will be able to hear that elevator getting called up to the surface, which means I'm about to have company. Once I have the defensive position set up, I'm going to wait for them to rush me. And once I clear out their assaulters, I'm going to go and clear out their defensive position. Typically my strategy. And with this one, this was a very laggy server last night, and I spent a lot of ammo trying to clear these guys out. It was, I think it was network latency on top of FPS lag, because if you'll notice throughout the video, these guys are kind of jumping around, which caused me to lose a lot of ammo. And you can see here I pulled out my pistol. It shows the need for a med gun, because I'm so used to hitting 3 to pull out my med gun and not med pens. So here I'm going to go ahead and prep for the next wave, set myself up in a defense position, reload my weapons. Now, what actually happened in this, because I used so much ammo, is I actually started running out of it. I ran out of my sniper rifle ammo. I was low on my parallax, so I'd start looting weapons and ammo. And now that the offense has pretty much been cleared out, I've got 2 that are left in the spawn locker, because I can tell because their location markers are off to the side and they're just standing there. So what I'm going to do is grab some med pens and some ammo, and then I'm going to try and clear them out with a grenade. And I can't seem to do this now. The new throw visual, it trips me out every time, because you'll throw something and it stays right in front of you. When you're throwing a grenade and it stays right in front of you, your first instinct is to hit the deck. See, it just stood there. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and pop them from a distance. Finish off the mission. did encounter an issue where I tried to find another type of mission, but the only contract it was giving me was another defend bunker sites. And if it's I enjoy bunker sites when it's a hostile bunker or it's an assassination mission, because I'll just go down and clear it out and leave. But with the defend ones, you've got 3 waves, so you got to kind of have a better plan. But this one was bugged because they stayed in a locker, and I could see them sitting in that locker, but I couldn't tell if they were friendly NPCs or enemy NPCs, and there's no markers. Usually have like green markers if they're friendly, but once I saw the purple glow, I knew that they were Ninetales, so I just unleashed on them. So checking to see if anybody else is aggroed, and lo and behold, this guy just comes out of nowhere. So this is a small wave. There's only 7 of them. And I'm waiting to see if they're going to rush me. And like I said, if they don't rush me within a couple minutes, I'm just going to go clear them out. I'm not going to sit there all day and wait for them.
Got a whole clip here with your name
but
on.
you can see here where they're just jumping around. I don't know if that's me, if that's the game. I've noticed that at a distance, NPCs tend to warp as they're running. So I am taking this cautiously and seeing if they're gonna A, rush me, or B, if I just need to go in and clear them out.
We're taking casualties.
Today just got interest.
And I think at this point I've just said, that's it, I'm clearing it.
Today just got interest.
And the rifle I have here is a Karna rifle. I actually like this rifle. This and the P4 were my favorite until they came out with the parallax. That quickly became my favorite.
God damn it!
So we're going to wrap up this one. This is the 3rd wave, finishing it off, and we'll move on. So you can start the Expel the Outlaws mission.
Someone got knocked. Move out, find him. Someone wants to go. That hurt.
So last night was kind of a bust. We had a lot of server issues, and I'm going to call it server issues. Maybe it was game issues. And I'll explain it here in a minute. But what I've done now is I was able to obtain a Expel Outlaws contract. So that is the one where we have to go down to the distribution center and clear out enemies. The second one is I was able to find a courier mission that led us from Port Tressler, where we're at, to the actual spot where we're supposed to do our mission. So we're going to get a twofer out of this. Now, the issue I was having with the server is the only thing I could get it to show me, contract-wise, for Eckhart, was secure the site, or defend the site, one of those two. The one, the bunker mission I did last night. And I was thinking, well, I definitely don't want this series to be the same mission over and over again. I really don't want to have to grind out multiple reputations. So I did some server hopping, and I finally got on a server that was that showed the Expel the Outlaws mission. Okay, well, at least that's something new. Well, that server was bugging, and was not responding at the ASOP terminal or anything else. Basically, the only thing you could do was use the elevator. So I did some server hopping, found another one, and I was able to, I think it was an EU server I had to get on. And that one was extremely laggy. The video content was absolutely atrocious, and the icing on the top was that 2 of the NPCs either did not spawn or were stuck in their spawn lockers, and I couldn't find them anyway. So after about an hour of trying to find these last 2 NPCs, I was like, no. Now during that time, I was going around looking to boxes, but my focus was on trying to find those 2 NPCs. Never found them, so I had to abandon the mission and call it a night. So here we are trying it again, and we'll see if we can actually complete this mission. And God forbid we actually make it somewhere without blacking out. Okay, so this drop-off looks like it's right there by the landing pad, which would be super nice. Let's double check something real quick, because there are 2 zone 2s on these things, and I'll explain that in a second. Let me check this out real quick. Go here, select this contract. Okay. And that looks like it's on the opposite side. It is. Okay. So we're going to make 2 trips. We're going to bounce up. We're going to land here at this landing pad that I'm pointing at. We'll do a drop off. We'll lift off again and land on the other side. So to kind of explain the zones, I'm pretty confident that this landing area here is considered zone 3. This area up here is where all the cargo containers, where we usually do our loot whoring, that's zone 1. And this refinery area right here, that is zone 2. So this marker showing it kind of is off. So now you have the exact same thing on the other side. So you got 2 wings, and they both have zone 1 through 3. So you just have to figure out which wing you're on. So drop off is on one wing, kill missions on the other.
Engines offline.
And you know how happy it makes that these boxes are not bouncing around the interior. And launching themselves out into space. That makes the courier missions much more tolerable. Make sure I got it. Alright. It always creeps me out when I'm running and I can't see the box that I'm carrying. Is it on this side? Okay, so it's on the shelves. I think last time we tried to do this, we failed. It wouldn't let us do that. It works. It's amazing. The game of moments. Alright, now let's see if we can get 2 in a row. Can I get across, up and across without engaging? Maybe you can get up over here. I'll do my loot whoring once we've completed the mission. Definitely not just going to pass up all these boxes. Oh, we've got contact. See, I'm not seeing who's actually shooting at me. There we go. Tracking mission. Let me get someplace safe. There, right? Not me. Someplace safe. Okay, don't need to get in prone. Just make ourselves small. Alright. Okay, now we're tracking the contract. Does this have... Oh, look at that. If you just tap shift, you can zoom in. Stay still, stay still. Good night. Okay, let's see what we can find here. Looks like they're making themselves small. Should be some right here. There he is. Okay. That must have been one of the heavy armored guys. Oh, there's two right there.
I'll cover you. I got you covered.
Hearing them, not seeing them. I have to remind myself to get a med gun. If I'm going to be doing combat missions, it is almost mandatory to have a med gun on you. He's warping. Let him stop. Where are you going, bud? You going to go all the way to the top? Hey, they lit up. Now I will say this. In the previous mission, they did not light up once I got down to 30%. I kind of like the sniping. This is making this mission a lot easier. Okay, he might be in the back. No, he's closer. Where are you hiding? Are you hiding behind the wall? He sure is. Come on. Let's take a little peek. Just a small peek. You know you want to. Let's see if it'll let me hit him. Nope. Alright. Let's change position. See, okay, now it's time to go prone. He might be stuck in the closet. Alright, I'm gonna go rifle.
Yeah, slow me though. Get to it fight.
Alright, last one. Please don't be stuck in the closet. Oh, he's just hiding in there. Let's do this.
Laying down covering fire. Today just
Sweet.
got interest.
See, Game of moments. That's what I'm talking about right there. Okay, so from here I'll go ahead and speed her up so I can do my loot whoring. I'll slow down if we have anything cool come across. Does that get me? Cool, we are at 500. We'll find some harvestables in these boxes. That should give us a turn in. I did want to show you guys one thing. Yeah, look at that. If you come up, oh, it's a guard. Thought I was done for. You want to get to the, not the very top, but the top platform of the smokestacks. There's almost always a loot box in there. Really nice loot box. So we're gonna come up here and take a peek. I found one time I found an alien armor in there. It's pretty cool looking. So if I ever come across that again, I'll have to share it. Good ammo. What's up with the placeholder names? Alright. And there it is. This right here. Let's see if we have any goodies. Any good goods. Alright, well, we got a harness, pants. I'll take the P4AR. I'll take the food. Take the med pens, food. Is that coffee? That looks like canned coffee. Tea. And the FS9. I really need... Nah, what the hell. I'll take it just in case. Oh, a sabir. This right here is used in mining. You actually attach these to the rocks you are mining, and it will provide a bonus to like your laser power or resistance. Believe you me, there's a dozen videos up here of things to improve mining. So if mining's your thing, definitely look up mining gadgets. There's a whole collection of videos on that. Some even go as far as teach you how to put it on the rock itself. So if you're a miner, check it out. So what I did here is, if you are close enough to a box but can't loot it, if you hit I crouch to get just that center mass of myself closer to the box. If you kneel down, you can loot, and if you can't, if it won't give you the prompt to loot, open your inventory and it will open all boxes within the vicinity of you, and you can just click these tabs to select which box. It's really helpful if you have like those bunker missions. I had like 10 people dead right on top of each other. So if I want to loot all those corpses, I just open up my inventory and start hitting those tabs. I'm gonna make this an educational moment real quick. Star Citizen is starting to debut ship customization. Now this is a ship. It's basically a modified Cutlass Black. But if you notice, this area right here, and I don't know if I can get it from here. Let me see if I can get on this box. And this thing right here, these are actually modifications that you can attach to your ship. And this back piece as well. So he's got a paint job plus some modifications, which really makes the ship look pretty badass. I've actually got the same thing on my ship. So these are this is how this right now, to my knowledge, this is the only ship that allows the customization. So maybe in the future we'll start seeing more of those. Real quick, for a teaching moment, for all your medical stuff, if you can ignore the complaining of the customers, if you need to purchase something, come over to the pharmacy section. Like, I need a med gun, like something fierce. And you can purchase all the stuff that we've been looting. Now, we haven't gotten a Paramed medical device, aka med gun. So what we want to do is we want to select backpack, scroll back down, quick buy. That will put it directly into my backpack. Otherwise, it would have gone into my main inventory for the station. So we will now the downside of this is it will replace your pistol. So if you carry a sidearm, you will have to choose between a med gun and a sidearm. For me right now, I have wholly relied on pistol. So the second part is, if you need to, in the previous video I showed you guys how to use a med bed. To use a med bed at the medical center, you do a patient check-in. So you come here,
All right. Let me take
it'll say welcome, then it's going to assign you room 5. If you're at a city, such as like New Babbage or Lorville, you will be assigned a floor and a room. And when you get up to that floor, it's going to say room 301 or room 505. So that is, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but that is how you will determine which room. You can only access those rooms. And let's see, 4, 5.
Medical concerns got you worried?
I'm going to go in there, get healed, and take care of my hunger and thirst. So for this, we just need to sit here. But if you actually had an injury, go to medical care, and it would identify an injury. And you can either do a treatment, which will cure that, or you can take medication, which will kind of relieve the symptoms, but you'll still have the injury. So I am now healed up, good to go, and that's your daily lesson on how to provide basic medical care. Well, folks, I think we had a successful episode. It was rough, but I think it was successful. We were able to do 2 bunker missions. We were able to do a distribution center mission on top of being able to do a courier mission in conjunction with that. So a nice twofer. Next episode, we are going to rent 2 ships. We're going to spend half the episode doing 1 gameplay loop, something we haven't done yet, and we'll do the second half with another gameplay loop that we haven't done yet. So we'll see how that goes. We are at 500,000, so we're 1/3 of the way of purchasing our next ship. So stay tuned, have fun, fly dangerous, and be good, y'all.